folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're taking our first look at Emerson, Lake and Palmer. This is actually by request. We're going to go to their first album, to a song called Take a Pebble. And we're going to actually be looking at a live version of the song. Now, this song is 12 minutes long, and it was written primarily by Greg Lake. I guess it's really his composition. And so it has a little bit of the folk that we usually expect from his compositions, such as Lucky Man, which was a big hit off the same record. So this is 1970. This turned out to be the showcase song in every gig for them, or maybe not every gig, but that's certainly what it does. I'm not sure how often they played it, if it was a regular feature in every show or what. In this case, it's really laid out kind of like a classical piece or something, where they're just different movements, kind of different sections. You know, they may blend a little bit into each other, but it's really one of the guys primarily playing for a while, and then somebody else picks it up, and then somebody else does. And so there's two verses up front, and there's going to be one at the back end. The whole piece is 12 minutes. I have the album. I've actually had this thing since I was probably a teenager, late teens. Long time, probably mid-'80s I bought this. I didn't get that deep into it at the time. I mean, a little bit. I was like, yeah, this is interesting. And then I put it aside for a while. And I'd pull it out every now and again and play it. And like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Even to this day, I haven't heard that much Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I just haven't found myself drawn in yet by more than a few of their tracks. I've got Trilogy beyond this, besides this one. There's some great stuff on that as well. But beyond that, I could really use a dive. Adrian, I know you have listened to Brain Salad Surgery a lot.
Yeah, I have that album. I got the vinyl and the CD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a favorite of yours, it sounds like.
Long-time favorite.
And I definitely respect them. I don't turn it off or anything. It's just that I haven't accumulated more, and I haven't really been too curious. So this seems like a good time to dive in a little further and really give them a listen. So I'm kind of expecting everybody's going to have their own parts to this, and we'll just see how they go about doing it. Adrian, do you have any specific comments on this song before we start?
Not yet. Let's hear it.
Okay. So this clip is from 1971 in Belgium. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Take a pebble and cast it to the sea. Then watch the rivers that unfold into me. My face spills so gently into your eyes, disturbing the waters of our lives. Of our memories are lying on your grass, wounded words of laughter are graveyards of the past. Photographs are grey and torn, scattered in your fields. Letters of your memories are not real. got a dog and his name was Blue. Bet you $5 he's a good dog too. Blue chased the possum up a cinnamon tree. Blue looked down and the dog looked at me.
Just a minute, hold the phone.
No, wait a minute, no, please. No, really, really. I mean it. 4, where was it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
it, hang the rags of yours. Daybreak is your midnight, the colors have all died, disturbing the waters of our lives, of our lives, lives, lives. Of our lives.
They seem a little bit skeptical of the camera person, or
I
like
guess so.
the camera crew. My first impression of that was that I didn't realize they had a sense of humor like that. A lot of that was tongue-in-cheek, it felt like. It felt a lot more serious when you listen to the record. So
Yeah,
I think that was kind of a pleasant surprise.
yeah, that's something you don't get to see with the record. You know,
That's true. Yeah, so it kind of gives me a new perspective on the music. So maybe I will go back and listen to everything again. But haven't really heard that in a long time. I do recall, though, that I think there was a Bach piece that Emerson broke into at one point. I mean, along the many homages that he did there, it sounded like he was kind of doing the Great American Songbook at one point. Of course, this is in Belgium. But, nonetheless, it was just really interesting that he was doing that. He seemed to be a lot more going for the pop homages instead of classical, kind of in place of it, and maybe some funkier stuff too. But a lot of jazz going on in there. I kind of felt like maybe he was listening to McCoy Tyner from John Coltrane's quartet, which a lot of musicians from that time period really love. I mean, they were great. That was a great quartet. And, you know, if you ever get into jazz at all, that's a good place to start, the John Coltrane quartet. But McCoy Tyner, yeah, he did that. He would playing stuff down here and then all kinds of crazy stuff up here and just all over the board. And he's great. And I kind of heard that in there. And maybe some other players too. You know, he was definitely plugged into the jazz world. And the other guys were totally ready to get on board there. So what were your impressions, Adrian?
Yeah, I also noticed, you know, they were going into some familiar themes with some of the stuff they were doing. And, yeah, I don't know, I was kind of marveling at Keith's improvs, too, improvisation.
Yeah, yeah. And
This is the only part that Greg Lake didn't write, but, you know, he wrote the song generally, so...
That's right. Yeah, the other pieces, it sounds like they were just given the space to spread out and do whatever they wanted in that section that maybe was in service to the song. It's funny, the song itself, the lyrics are a little bit more on the somber side. It's kind of like the passage of time and that sort of thing. But that was not their attitude while playing. And I'm looking at Greg Lake. He's so young in this clip. It's amazing. And I'm remembering it's only 2 years after King Crimson's first album, where he was lead singer on that.
Yeah.
It's just wild to think it was that long ago. Of course, Greg Lake and Emerson, they both since passed away. All respects to them.
Yeah.
But this was really a nice clip to see. I never saw them that early on. I think I've seen a little ELP that came a few years later. But that was a bit of a revelation. So, you know, I might just have to pull this out and start playing the record a bit more. Give the whole thing a listen. Because I do recall, I mean, any record I listen to, I think that's probably my favorite one. Although Trilogy is pretty good too. I never really gave them the shot that I should, so maybe it's time.
I don't think I've given them a fair chance either. I mean, only because, well, I've really listened to Brain Salad Surgery, which has Carnival 9. And that's pretty much what I know about them, though. And that, and unfortunately, just like Lucky Man, and I know they did pictures at an exhibition by Mussorgsky. I think I might have listened to that once. It sounded like there was some improv on that too, but I mean, it was pretty good.
Yeah, there probably was. Just knowing these guys now. Yeah, we had the Best Of record around too. I remember I bought that first, and then I bought this.
That one.
Yeah, and then it was several years later I got a trilogy, and you had already had brain salad surgery. So anyway, we're glad to break ground on this band, and we'd be happy to hear about more suggestions. If you've got them, please leave them below. All right. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. Okay. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right. Take care, folks.
See you all later.